All right, so this is going to be a video companion to the 5-Minute Geek Show where I try Soylent for the first time. If you're not familiar with Soylent, you will probably are familiar with Soylent Green, and if you're not, go look that up, Soylent Green. But there's a series of products, the first one of which was named Soylent, and now there's Schmoylent and all these other ones that are basically saying, there's some college kid in a Kickstarter that's saying, I figured out all the nutritions you need, and I put them together in a powder so you can mix it up in a big jug and just kind of drink this all day and get back to making awesome startups. So I rolled my eyes, and most everybody I knew rolled their eyes, and a few people actually got really excited about it. A year later, I read this article, and I'll try and link it in the show notes of the actual show, where this woman was said basically like, I've been doing it for the last year. It's actually really great. I don't use it as my primary source of sustenance. I use it when I'm about to go and get a hamburger or not eat breakfast or eat something really unhealthy because I don't have stuff prepared. So I still socially go eat with my friends, and I still, when I can have a nice breakfast, have a nice breakfast. But Soylent is the thing that allows me to have like a nice, healthy, balanced, readily available meal. And I want that all the time. I'm always struggling with how can I have nice, healthy, well-balanced, fully nutritional meals available to me during the many times where I don't want to go out and eat some expensive, unhealthy food. I just want to eat some food that's going to be good for me and easy and get out. So I said, what the heck, I'm going to try it. So I ordered a thing of Soylent. So I got two things. First is a big pack of these things with a little scoop. This is a powdered mix. And then I got my Soylent shaker. So you get this whole instruction thing where they say all sorts of very epic things like, where was this? You are a vital member of the network that transforms Soylent from information to matter, from idea to flesh. Now, I think it's at least a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it is Silicon Valley, so it might not be that tongue-in-cheek. Soylent's nutritional profile is formulated to meet the needs of the average adult Homo sapiens sapiens. Okay, got it. So basically what they're giving you the spiel for is you mix it up with water. You can optionally mix it up with other things, but I'm not going to try that for the first time because I want to give you the honest response. And they give you this whole thing of like, if you fill it up with this amount, it's going to be that many calories. This is a snack. This is a meal, all that kind of stuff. And they tell you a little bit about what's involved, although not as much as I wish they did. And they show you like you can make like the peanut butter and jelly version and all kind of stuff. So I'm definitely going to do that every time in the future. I drink a lot of protein powder, and I already mix them with other things. But for starters, I'm going to have Soylent as it is. So my day got started super late. It's 12:46 already. I wanted to do this at 8 a.m. I've heard that you want to mix it up and let it sit in the freezer for a while, or in the fridge for a while. So I'm going to mix up a bit of it. So I'm basically going to wash this thing out. I'm going to put a whole bunch of water in it. I'm going to put a whole bunch of Soylent in it, and I'm going to go stick it either in the fridge with a whole bunch of ice cubes or in the freezer for like an hour or something like that, so that it can get really nice and cold before I try it. And then I'll come back, and the next video is basically going to be me recording the 5-Minute Geek Show and drinking it live, and then I might do another video afterwards. I'm not sure. So the video is basically just a video version of the 5-Minute Geek Show plus this little intro that they're not going to get. All right, video people, we're back. Getting ready to record a Geek Show. You're going to get to see this happen live. I was going to drink it straight out of this, but I think maybe I'll put it in the cup. Got my glass right here. All right. I'm so nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I don't want to vomit on not live television. Not live, not television. I don't think I'm going to vomit. I've had some pretty vomitous things before. Me. All right, so let's pull up GarageBand, turn off the metronome because ain't nobody got time for that. All right. This is episode 48. I don't know if I want to see myself or not when I'm doing this. I'll keep it up. All right, turn on timer. 30 seconds in. Hi, I'm your host, Matt Stauffer, and this is episode 48 of the 5-Minute Geek Show, a twice-weekly show about development and everything around it. It's one topic per episode about front-end, back-end, mobile, project management, design, entrepreneurship, whatever. If it's geeky, it fits. And today we're going to be talking about Soylent. Not Soylent Green, in case you watched that read that in high school. I think there might even be a movie, which I'd love to see, but Soylent. So if you're not familiar with Soylent and Schmoylent and all the other things that are related, essentially Soylent is a product created in Silicon Valley by some young Silicon Valley types that said, it'd be great if I didn't have to deal with food and I could instead just, do more things and be more productive. And food is such an inconvenience. And so there's this Kickstarter, and everybody was super excited about it, and they ordered Soylent, and I and many of my friends rolled our eyes. And then a year later, this amazing article came out where, I mean, it was a good article where the woman basically said, I've been doing it for a year. And you hear Soylent and you think of these whole bunch of like kind of the social network kind of type things where they, barricade themselves into their houses or whatever and just program. And in reality, there's a whole ton of times throughout the day where I just want to get a meal and I want to get a nice, quick, convenient, affordable, healthy meal. And Soylent provides that for me. So I'm not drinking Soylent when I'm out with my friends or at home with my family. And I thought, I actually have a lot of things in my life where I try to do stuff like that. And I'm like trying to get like, what's the healthiest frozen dinner you can get or something like frozen breakfast you can get. It's always been really frustrating to me. And there's lots of days when I don't have a lunch packed that's nice and healthy and fresh from home. And so I find myself walking out being like, well, literally the only healthy thing I can get around here is a chicken salad. And like a salad with grilled chicken on top of it. And it's like $8 or $10 depending on what toppings put on it. That's crazy. So I was like, okay, Soylent, I'm going to try it. And I figured what better place and time to do it than on the 5-Minute Geek Show. So I'm actually doing this one in video as well. And I did a little bit of an intro in the video. I might do a little outro. So normal audio podcast listeners, go check out the video. I'll put it up online, probably in the show notes for the episode. So basically what happened was a box came in the mail. And in the box was my first 10-ish packets of Soylent, which is just a powder, and then a jug and a scoop. And so they give you the directions for how much you put in, and here's how much a meal replacement would be, and here's how much a snack is, how many calories this is, how many calories that is. So I didn't want to create enough to eat it as primary meals for 2 days because you can't keep it around for longer than 2 days. So I made half of a jug. Video people, here's what we got. So I basically mixed in 2 scoops, which is supposed to be a total of 1 serving, with half of the water in this jug. And I think that's the right proportion. We'll see, because they said a full jug should be 2 servings, which I think would have been 4 scoops. I think I did that right. Shook it all up, put a couple ice cubes in it, and let it sit in the refrigerator for 2 hours. Now, normally I probably would be mixing peanut butter and other stuff in it. That's what I do when I take protein powder. But I had to actually experience it first, and I've heard mixed reviews. So I use EAS whey protein powder. I'll link that in the notes too, and it's fantastic. And there's like chocolate and all this kind of stuff. And it's not like amazing. Like if you get a little chunk of it that hasn't mixed in with the water, it's not particularly tasty. But in general, it's pretty good. But I've also tried some I figure out the name of them, but like kind of meal in a super healthy meal in a thing, and it like almost made me vomit. It basically tasted like I had like mixed up like grass and turned it into a powder and then like was drinking it. So I'm a little nervous about this. People tend to describe this as tasting like pancake mix. So I've got however many 8 packs of this. I'm going to be using this a lot in the next couple of months, regardless of whether or not I like the taste. But the question is, how palatable is it? So again, video people, you can see it. It starts to separate over a while. So when I came back after 2 hours, it had separated out a little bit. So let's get that shaking noise. If you're not watching the video, you're really missing out, because this container is huge. It's like bigger than 40, maybe it's 40 ounces, but I think it might be even bigger than that. 60 ounces, 80 ounces, maybe it's 80 ounces. All right, so oh my gosh, I'm gonna pour out a good swig for my homies. I'm gonna call that about a 4-ounce glass, and we're gonna try a slide. And literally, the only thing we're doing this episode today is talking about what Soylent is, and then trying it. So, cheers. That is completely not offensive in any way, shape, or form. It does taste a little bit like pancake batter. I don't think I would have chosen batter. I think that just tends to be the batter that most of us have actually tasted. But it doesn't taste like flour either. I mean, it's not like it's gross. There's a little bit of sweetness to it. It's very bland. It's almost flavorless, but there's a little bit of something that I think I'll get tired of over time. I think it's just enough where if I got a big chunk of the powder that had mixed in, I would be like, just like a real quick kind of that was gross kind of thing. But you know what? That's palatable. So I would love for you guys to tell me like, oh, well, actually I wouldn't. I would love for you to say, man, that's really fantastic. I did research and it really is just as great as everybody says it is. I don't know. But yeah, man, doing this and mixing a little bit of peanut butter or a little bit of something else in here, banana, a couple times a week, to just make up for the places where I just haven't prepared a really healthy meal. Having the ability to mix this up in the morning and just say, hey, I didn't bring lunch today. I don't want to go out and get something unhealthy and expensive. Mix this up and have it available. That's pretty not bad. So Soylent, not 2 thumbs up taste wise, but no thumbs down. Maybe one thumb up taste wise. And yeah, I'm not mad at it. I thought I was going to be mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Of all the ways to get a reasonable, affordable, healthy meal, especially those that come in powder form, I'm not too mad at this one. So that literally was it. This is probably the least, the most focused piece of content that's ever happened in a Geek Show. So that's what you got. So thanks for listening to 5 Minute Geek Show. At 5 Minute Geek Show on Twitter, number 5, 5minutegeekshow.com, FIVE, where you can subscribe to us on iTunes or via RSS. And if you like it, share it with your friends, rate it on iTunes, develop a Soylent competitor that's named 5 Minute Geek Show Shake. 5 Minute Geek Shake? 5 Minute Geek Shake. Thanks until next time. I'm Matt Stauber, 5 Minute Geek Show. So I guess I don't need to talk in this because that's not the mic you're using. It's video, people. You get to see just how insane I am when I'm recording these. You get enough of the insanity just from listening to the 5 Minute Geek Show, but you got to see all the facial expressions and hand waving and such that were actually going on during the time. You'd see, this is not that bad. I'm not that mad at it. It's like milk. And I didn't put any milk, this is just water. It tastes like milk with a little bit of, maybe a little bit of pancake mix, but not like gross, just kind of plain, floury. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that tastes like. But yeah, that's fine. I want to kind of clear it out of my mouth with a little bit of water afterwards. But other than that, it's totally fine. So yeah, man, Soylent. I can't think if there's anything else fun to show you. I feel like a crazy person walking around because it's got this kind of like creepy cultish logo. Not creepy cultish, but like Soylent. Try the Soylent. It's great. Soylent Green is people. I don't know. That's it. Thanks for trying this with me. Signing off.